Since you attended this school, you've been responsible for one prank after another.
Some of those must have been really hard to pull off.
Like that tiger?
Oh, that tiger was crazy.
Ah! I told you I would get you one day. I'm going to have you two placed in separate classes. I'm going to annihilate your friendship.
George, do something.
Put the pen down, Mr. Krupp, or we'll hypnotize you.
Start me.
What's happening?
I don't know. When I snap my fingers, you will obey our every command. You are now the amazing Captain Underpants!
Tra-la-la!
I honestly didn't think that would happen.
Hey, everybody, welcome to What the Flick. Tra-la-la!
La.
Christy and Alonzo, we have just witnessed Captain Underpants, the first epic movie.
And it is indeed epic. And you know, I actually had some high hopes going into this. I know it sounds kind of goofy and it's all potty humor or whatever. Nicholas Stoller wrote this, so I had a lot of hope that it would be good. He did Get Him to the Greek and Forgetting Sarah Marshall, so I just felt like, okay, this is gonna be-
And the Muppets.
And right, Muppets, right, he wrote that, yes. And so I had great hope that like, this would be smarter and sharper than what it might look like, especially if you do not know anything at all about Captain Underpants. I'm very well versed in the Captain Underpants extended universe. So basically this is a combination of a few of the books, but it is George and Harold, voiced by Kevin Hart and Thomas Middleditch. They are best friends in elementary school. They play a lot of pranks. And they have a horribly oppressive principal named Mr. Krupp, voiced by Ed Helms, who they accidentally hypnotize one day and they turn him into their comic book hero known as Captain Underpants for reasons that'll be very clear when you take a look.
Their greatest creation.
Captain Underpants, you can't actually fly!
I take to the sky like an ostrich.
Wow, he is super dumb.
Is now their biggest problem. Stand down, you monster! Tra-la-la! I think I'm starting to tire him out! Based on the worldwide phenomenon.
Hiya, class. I'm your cool new teacher, not some scary guy with a secret evil agenda.
Guys, I totally got this.
Yeah, totally, he's got it.
Kevin Hart, Ed Helms, Thomas Middleditch, Nick Kroll.
When it's cut all together like that, you really get a sense of the scope.
DreamWorks Captain Underpants.
So you knew nothing about this.
I knew the name. I'd heard of these books. I might have thumbed through one, but I don't have a toddler in my house, so.
Nor do I.
Oh, sorry, what is he?
He's 7.5.
Well, he's not a tween. What is he?
He's like a person.
Fine. I have no people in my house. Yeah, so I was not versed in the underpants verse. I had a blast. I giggled a lot from start to finish, pretty much. Like it's the kind of movie that is it's like when a sugared up young person is telling you a story and they say and then a lot, and that's kind of how it goes, but it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I was thinking about you because we're sitting down the aisle from each other, down the row from each other rather, and you guys were all giggling the whole time. But it reminded me of when we saw Storks.
Which Nicholas Stoller also wrote.
Right, there you go. It's a delightful surprise because it has like this zippy, zany kind of energy.
Yeah.
It's like breathless, infectious, but it's also really smart.
Yes.
And it's really knowing, and it is meta, and the books are meta too, and there's a lot of fourth wall breaking and a lot of acknowledgement of the process.
Right, yeah.
Which is not overbearing, it's sweet and it's clever.
Yeah, the two lead characters are comic book creators, so it would make sense that suddenly the movie becomes a flip book or a puppet show or something, because they're all about the way they're telling stories anyway. So the voice cast I think is great. I mean, I think both Kevin Hart and Thomas Middleditch, there's a danger of adults playing children that they're gonna over cute it up or like be sort of kind of condescending in the way did they do it? But they didn't. They play it pretty straightforward. I really enjoyed Nick Kroll as the evil Professor Poopy Pants.
Yes, it's funny every time you say it.
I know, just like Captain Underpants is funny. When I wrote my review last night, I said that it was very kind of a Mel Blanc sort of thing. But when I was falling asleep, I thought, no, it's Ludwig von Drake. Do you remember that in the Disney cartoons? He was like sort of one of the distant Donald Duck relations with the little glasses and the bald spot.
And the accent.
Yes, and the total like crazy German accent. That's what he's doing.
And he introduced things, right?
Yes.
Like they would do like a whole bunch of various clips, and he'd be telling a story, and that would be the through line.
Yes,
Yeah,
Ludwig von Dreck.
that is a good observation. Yeah, Nick Kroll and Jordan Peele is one of the characters. But yeah, the thing with the kids is that they're kind of like Bart Simpson in that A, they're total shit stirrers, but B, like they're like little grown-ups in kid bodies because they're usually the smartest and the most in tune to what's really going on in the room. But they also have this like completely joyful, effervescent spirit, like the joy of discovery and like the fun of their friendship and collaborating on things together. That is like you can feel that. So they're not stodgy kids, like they're smart, clever
Absolutely.
kids.
And I'd say even what makes them different from Bart Simpson is that as much as they enjoy a good prank and they like to make each other laugh, I think they're also really kind of looking out for the other kids. Like a lot of the stuff that they do is to try and loosen up this school that has been made so tight and joyless by the principal.
Mr. Krupp.
Yeah, by Mr. Krupp. And so, that seems to be kind of a driving thing. I had a really good time.
I did too, and there's a really cool mix of different kinds of animation, right?
Yeah.
Because the main part of the movie, they look like they're kind of tactile, like in a not like a waxy, but kind of like a, what texture would you call it? Kind of like, it's not clay, but like there's something tactile,
yeah,
tangible
I mean,
to it.
it's an interesting kind of, because I've seen enough of the books to know that they're drawn in a very sort of like, this is intentional, pencil sketchy kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then the cartoon is obviously CG, but it's CG in a way that is, you're right, it's tactile and realistic, but at the same time, there's a cartooniness to like the eyes and the way that people respond to stuff. So I like, they've chosen a visual through line that works, but they also divert from that to do, like I said, puppets or whatever else when they feel like it.
I like the mix. Yeah, the sock puppet section is great, and then it does become the comic book at times. If you have kids in your house who know these books, like there are little touchstones that they're going to be giddy to see, like Flipperama, like the stuff that the names of the characters and individual things that are constants throughout these books.
Oh, so there's Easter eggs.
Oh yes.
Okay, all right.
There's shawarma.
No, you don't have to sit through the credits.
There was stuff.
Well, there's a little before the main credits. Yes, there's one last.
There is stuff in the credits. So stay. And there's a cute song that Weird Al does.
Oh my God, I love the Weird Al theme song.
It's very peppy, and we had to go look it up on YouTube when we got home. I brought my son, and we ran into another friend and with some kids, and they were just like cackling their heads off.
Yeah.
But having said that, this is not just for your kids.
No, Bibbs and Whitney and I were having a ball.
It's really fun. So there are two very, very different superhero movies opening this week.
Bibbs said, great weekend for superheroes.
But they're both really good. So anyway, so my number is an 8.5. I had a blast.
I gave it an 8. It's solidly entertaining. There were like a couple of parts where sort of like, okay, let's get back to it, but slow down a little bit, but no deal breakers. I had a blast.
It's 89 minutes, and there's no Tomato Meter score yet because for some bizarre reason, you folks at Fox out there put an embargo on reviews until 4 p.m. Pacific today. You didn't need to do that.
Yeah.
Because everyone's gonna like it. It's gonna be okay. So eventually there'll be a score somewhere.
Yeah, but go see it.
Bye.